Category 8 is our up and coming category. And I think this category is perhaps the most important in Underwater Photographer of the Year, because I think one of the remits of any competition is to find and identify the new talent rising through the ranks. And this category is specifically for that. It's always difficult to categorize who is an up and comer. Sometimes you could say, well, it's someone who's only recently started underwater photography, but some people go absolutely mad when they start and do hundreds and hundreds of dives very quickly. Other people might take years to do that number of dives. So it's very hard sort of to use any bearings. We describe on our website exactly how we categorize an up and comer, a newcomer. But as everyone is slightly different, it is a very difficult thing to judge. So we do leave it up to the entrants to decide if they should be the type of person who is awarded in this category. So please only enter this category if you really feel you are the sort of person who wants to be celebrated as a newcomer to the world of underwater photography. In terms of the types of pictures that do well, we're definitely looking for people who are bringing a fresh interpretation to underwater photography. Have a look at the results from UPY 2019 in this category. And I think you'll see an incredible amount of creativity in this category. But also we want to reward really good technique. People who are putting that foundation of really solid underwater photography technique beneath them in order to do well in the competition. We also tend to judge categories like up and coming and compacts early in the competition. Rather than and then come back to some of the other categories later on. This is actually quite a good way because it sets a good standard. The pictures in this category are often incredible, and it often makes it easier than to judge the wide angle category after you've judged this, because you're saying, well, that picture is amazing, but it probably wouldn't have been good enough to put in the top 10 in up and coming, and therefore it's relatively easy for us to cull it out. So this category is one that we look for fresh images in. But fresh images in this category can often mean that similar ideas in the open categories maybe don't do so well. Those of you who enter these things tactically might value that information. The other thing that I wanted to say about up and coming is it's open to all photographers who feel they qualify for it. But it does carry less prizes than the other categories. And one of the reasons we do this is we don't want this category to be seen by perhaps photographers who are not up and coming as an easy way to get prizes. We'd love to have a situation where we could give better prizes or bigger prizes to the up and coming photographers. But we feel the kudos that the Underwater Photographer of the Year, Most Promising Underwater Photographer Award brings is a really valuable prize to an up and coming photographer. And by keeping the prizes low in this category, we hope we avoid getting anyone who's not really a newcomer or not really an up and coming photographer from entering this category just trying to win prizes. So that's the logic behind it anyway. Other than that, any subject goes, but do try and get a picture that we feel shows real promise. So that can be promising ideas, promising technique, just something that you think that when you show it to your friends, they go, wow, I didn't know you could take a picture like that. And I think that's exactly the type of picture we're looking for in this category.